I graduated from University of Great Falls, and upon graduation, I took my insurance test and became an agent for Farmers Union Insurance, and I've been doing that ever since. So this is 10 years. So
Okay. Uh, I guess we'll get into the meat and potatoes here now. Eric, tell me why you're running for Great Falls City Commission.
I see a lot of potential in Great Falls, and I'd like to see some continued economic development. I think Great Falls is moving in the right direction, and I'd just like to be part of that as Great Falls moves forward.
Okay. Why should people vote for you?
I think I bring a lot to the table as far as coming from the business world. Owning and running my own business. I've been extremely grateful to this community because we've had a good 10 years here, and I'd like to continue to see that. And I can bring some of those aspects from the business world to the city commission. I'm younger. I'm planning on being here for the next 20, 30 years, and I'd like to see Great Falls continue to improve and develop, and I just think there's some value in that.
As you go about and meet people and go to different events and introduce yourself to potential voters, what are the issues that you're hearing on people's minds that are maybe of concern to them?
Well, I think that one issue in Great Falls right now is affordable housing. I think that over the last couple of years, especially with COVID and a lot of people wanting to move to states like Montana, we've even felt it here in Great Falls. Not a lot of availability of affordable housing. The inventory just isn't there. So I think any way the city can reach into their toolbox and problem solve that and help developers provide that housing inventory that we need and there's a demand for would really help a lot of people that want to move here, young people starting out here that want to look for that first home. So I think trying to figure that out really is a key to a lot of development and growth in Great Falls.
Okay. As far as the growth and development in Great Falls, how do you think it's going, and how do you think it could be improved upon?
I think it's going well. Like when I first came to college here to now, it's been a pretty cool transformation to see some of the new projects in Great Falls, whether it's downtown revitalization or the West Bank development, our continued improvement of the River's Edge Trail, and just I feel like there's been a lot of new businesses in Great Falls in the last decade, even the last 5 years. I feel like we have momentum and it's heading in the right direction.
Okay. Do you have any ideas to make it improve even more?
I think housing, like I said in the last question, is important because if we want to see those larger companies come into Great Falls, they need to be able to tell the employees they're bringing in that there's housing available, and I think that could also be a roadblock if we don't have that. So if somebody comes in with, say, 100 employees, they need to know that there's a place for those employees to purchase a home, live, etc. So.
Okay. And what are your thoughts on this crime task force that has been recently implemented? Do you think it's needed, and do you have any ideas for them or ways that they can improve upon that?
I think the crime task force is a great idea. There's definitely some issues we need to address in Great Falls, and supporting our police officers and our firefighters, EMTs, financially is important, and making sure they have the right budget to take care of the demands of our community are really important. But we also need to look for some other ways to solve some of the homelessness in Great Falls. I think that that's not just a law enforcement issue. I think that we need to be working with some partners in the community, whether it be Alliance for Youth, the Great Falls Rescue Mission, I live pretty close to the Great Falls Veterans Home. I think all of those entities, and I'm sure there's others in Great Falls that we could partner with to help solve some of the lower level crime stuff that we have in Great Falls, where I think it's mainly attributed to homelessness or joblessness, and working with those folks.
Okay. As you look at the current makeup of the city commission, what have you seen maybe positively from them? What are some things they're doing well?
I think that there's a lot of projects in Great Falls that have gotten approved, and I think that's a good start. But I think the crime task force is an important part of getting community input. I think the partnership with the Department of Defense on the new aquatics and community center wouldn't have happened without the city planning and preparing for that. So I think those are just a few examples of what they're doing well.
Okay. And what areas do you see that they can improve upon?
I think we need to figure out how, if there's anything we need to fix as far as residential development. I don't have all the answers. I haven't dug into, been in the job to see what the positives and negatives are if you're a developer coming into town, but I feel like there must be something, and we need to dig into it and make sure that it's an efficient, fair process, but it's also encouraging people to develop Great Falls.
And finally, anything else that you can add about your candidacy? Or?
I just would encourage everybody to get out to vote. I appreciate all the support I've gotten already, and I would appreciate your support on November 2nd.
Excellent. I think that's it.
Okay.